Good afternoon, I'm Sabrina Benedict. It's difficult to pick out just one memory out of the many that I have, but if I had to, it would definitely be traveling out of the country. Last summer, I had the opportunity to go with a few of my friends from school and around 250 plus other musicians from across the state of Iowa on a tour of 7 different countries in Europe. This was one of the most exciting experiences of my life. The first place we went was London, England. I got to visit Big Ben, Westminster Abbey. I got to ride the London Eye. I went to Buckingham Palace and got to see the changing of the guard, which was really cool. And I also went to Windsor Castle and went shopping in Piccadilly Circus, which is basically like the shopping capital of London. And it definitely lived up to all the expectations that I had for it. The next place we went, we got on a bus and we drove to Dover, and there I got to see the White Cliffs of Dover, which was really cool to see. And then we got on a ferry and we crossed the English Channel and landed in Calais, France. And then we drove another 6 hours or so to Paris. And once there, I got to see the Eiffel Tower, which was one of my dreams since I was a very small child. I've always wanted to see what the world would be like standing on the top of the Eiffel Tower. And so early one morning, we went there and I climbed 700 stairs to get to the second level and then took an elevator the rest of the way up. And 700 stairs seems like a lot, and it was, but it was completely worth it when we got to the top and I could see so far off into the distance, and it was one of the best days of my life. Later that day, we also went to the Louvre, which is an art museum, and I got to see the Mona Lisa. And we also went to Le Sacré-Cœur, which is a church. And I also got to try traditional French macaroons, which are one of my favorite treats now. The next place we went to was definitely the biggest surprise. We went to Switzerland next, and you don't really hear much about it. It's kind of an underrated country, but it was probably the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life. My coach woke up early one morning and we all hiked up a mountain and we took some of the most beautiful pictures up at the top. It literally looks like I'm photoshopped into them, and that was a great day as well. While we were there, we also got to see Lake Geneva, and we went to a small castle on the lake, and we went to Zermatt and got to see the Matterhorn, even though it was really foggy and we didn't get to see it for very long. After that, we drove through Liechtenstein. It's a very small country. We didn't really do much there. We kind of just stopped for lunch. After that, we went to Austria, and I got to see Mozart's house in Innsbruck, which was really cool, as I'm very into music. And we also went to the Swarovski crystal showroom, which was really awesome. While we were staying in Austria, we took a day trip to Italy. We went to Venice, and Venice was not like I imagined it was going to be. We rode a gondola. I got to try authentic Italian pasta, and I had a lot of gelato as well. And every time you go over a bridge in Venice, you're on a new island, so it's not one giant island, it's a bunch of little islands. And the last country we went to was Germany, and it was a really great way to end the trip, as the town we stayed in was quite small, and it's been the same way since like the 1700s. So it was very picturesque and quiet, and it was a relaxing end to our trip. Traveling has always been a goal of mine, and music gave me that opportunity, and I will forever be thankful.